So this is the last attempt of trying to shoot this video. I've been trying to shoot this intro and the whole video for the last 3 attempts, so we're just gonna go with the flow. So as you can see from the title, I am going to talk about how I was able to lose 20 kgs. I started tracking my progress and my whole thing. I started monitoring everything I was doing strictly since October 22nd, 2019. So that's little over 6.5 months. I'm not where I want to be. I want to be at 65 kilos. Right now I'm at 72. I moved from 92 to 72, but now I want to be a little bit serious because I've relaxed this past few months. So I just want to be a little bit serious and get to my goal weight and tone from there. So I want to talk about what I did, from the steps that I took that you can try, and I'm just going to give you some few tips. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some few tips at the end of the video that can help you and make this journey a little bit easier and a little bit adaptable. Because see, the reason why most people, and I included, because I had been trying to lose weight for a long time, was that I was not finding a program that was sustainable for me. Knowing my body type, knowing how strong I can be and how not strong I can be, knowing about how I respond to certain foods and how I don't to others, just made me realize that I cannot force a program on me. And I see something on the internet or someone else tells me you have to eat this, or you have to do this, you have to do this. Some things are just not easy for me. So I had to really find a sweet spot that was comfortable by me, and I was able to stick with it. So that is the reason why I would tell anybody struggling with consistency in all this, because I'll give you all the tips, even this everything, but the true success lies in you being consistent with whatever you're doing for a good amount of time. And for weight loss, I'll give it 3 months. 3 months of consistency. If you want to relax on a bit like a few things, just relax, or maybe on your exercise, maybe go a little bit easier on your diet, do it after you've hit the 3 months mark. Till then, just don't. Just be consistent and you'll just be successful. So anyway, let me start with what I started doing. So the first thing I started doing, and I'm planning to just make this video as short as can possibly be. I'm already at 2.5 minutes, so I'm gonna try and make it at 10 maximum. So the first thing I did was work on my plate. I know diet. It's thrown around everywhere, but some things are just not about the actual diet, but other eating habits that you have. One thing that I struggle with, as much as I wasn't eating really badly, was I was eating excessively. Like my portions were just bad. Okay, so I was eating, let's say, even if it's sweet potatoes or I don't know, just any healthy meal, I was doing it excessively. So the first thing is I worked on my plate. So how you can start doing what I did, but now I don't do anymore, I bought a partition plate. I don't know if you've seen in the supermarket these plates that are already partitioned. Like there's the big chunk space and then there are 2 small spaces so that you can partition your food. So the largest part was always my veggies, the medium, which was also small, was my proteins, and the smallest one was my carbs. Now that plate was not, it was just mostly to train me and to realize how much I'm actually putting in my body, and also I could focus more on eating my veggies. So you could try that. Just buy a partition plate. Just even if you're meal prepping, which is my next point, even if you want to meal prep your foods, just meal prep, use that one plate to portion out your foods, then transfer that into a container which you can eat throughout the week. My second tip was meal prep. So meal prep helped me stay stick to my diet, because even if I was hungry, too tired, too busy, it didn't matter. As long as I have food, I know I cannot sway from my diet, because some of the time you're too busy, you haven't prepared food, you're hungry, you're stressed out, you need to get to work, or you're just from home, you need to eat and rest or do other things. So meal prepping and having the food ready just doesn't give you any excuse to not eat healthy. And also, that's my third point, stop eating out, or just really reduce your amount of eating out that you do. So even if it could be healthy, you don't know what these salads in the restaurants, and you don't know which dressings that they put. Some of these dressings are very high calorie dense items, so like a tablespoon of mayo is like about, I don't know, over 100 calories, and I'm not going to stress about calories because who has the time, okay? So but I'm just saying some sensible things. So you can go out saying I'm gonna be eating all out, and then your salads are just like, you know, drenched in dressings and mayo. It makes no sense. It goes behind, or rather it befits the reason why you're actually eating healthy in the first place. So the other last thing which I would insist on is eat your fruits. I never used to enjoy my fruits, but I used to do a lot of fruits in the morning time. Morning for breakfast, that was the first thing I'd have. It would either be in a smoothie, it would either be a fruit salad bowl. It didn't matter. I had to start my day with fruits. And the reason I would really encourage anyone to do that is because the sugar content in your fruits will keep your cravings, especially sugar cravings, on the low. You won't be craving, I don't know, chocolate in the middle of the day or ice cream just before you go to bed, because the sugar has satisfied your body. You're satiated with enough sugars. You don't need to crave more sugar. I don't know if that helps. So that's what I did for my diet. But in case you want like an exact, like what I eat in a day, like a situation where you want me to record exactly what I eat, please do let me know. Comment down below and I'll figure how I'll be able to shoot that. But basically that's what I did. I did not cut out anything. I did not like overly consume something. No, I didn't. I just ate the same, a little bit healthier, because I increased my veggies and I increased my fruits, meaning I would eat less healthier foods as the day goes by. Yeah, and yeah, you just get creative with it. So let me go to my second point. So my second point was working out. I wasn't so big on working out, to be honest. The diet part was actually something that was easier for me than my workout, because I don't know, being heavy, putting a lot of strain on your joints, on your knees, is already a painful affair, and then you're just imagining you're going to exert more pressure on your body. I just didn't enjoy it, and the only time which I could work out was in the morning because of the nature of my work and where I used to live at the time. So it made sense to work out in the morning, and I was already struggling with waking up, so workout was not easy, but I started slow. I did not like sign up for a gym and all that because I felt like it would be too overwhelming at the same time. And I know myself, if I overwhelm myself with too many new commitments, one will, or even all will just go to shit. So, oh, excuse my French. Yeah, so what I did is I bought a skipping rope and I started skipping just outside my house. I used to do like 500 skips and then slowly transition to 800 skips, slowly transition to 1,000 skips, and then once I got to 1,000 skips, I stuck at 1,000 up to a time where I could comfortably do it in less than 15 minutes, like non-stop. I would stop, yes, but in short, at the time that has taken me to complete 1,000 skips was less than, I think at the time where I decided to add more workouts was 12.5 minutes. So in 12.5 minutes, I was able to get my 1,000 skips in. And at the time, I never used to do anything. So slowly, now the beginning of 2020, once I felt like my skips were already good enough, I started adding some body weight exercises. I'd say Monday was legs, so after I do my skips, I'll do a bunch of leg exercises, body weight squats, lunges, all that, and I'll just go to YouTube, just look for ab and leg workouts, 10 minutes, and after I'm done with my skips, I'll just come to the house, do those workouts on my yoga mat, and that's it. So I'd take 30 minutes to do a workout, and that's actually what I do till now. I don't do more than 30 minutes. If I have to do more, maybe say 40, because I've added more workouts, but I don't think so. I'm still at less than an hour workout, and it's super effective. Another thing, I started using dumbbells, mostly because of my, I don't know if you can see, my arms are quite jiggly because I've lost a lot of fat here, so my skin is quite loose. So I started adding dumbbell exercises for my upper body, for my arms, for my back, to just tone up. So they're just 3 kg each dumbbells. I do those workouts say twice a week, and then the others would be abs and legs, and that's basically it. I never complicated my life. So of course with time my body got used to waking up early, so I was able to wake up early, do my workouts. And another thing, if I felt like I was too tired or too sore, maybe on a Wednesday, and I'm just too tired, what I'd do, I'd walk And that's also my other point. If you can't do these exercises, increase the number of time or steps, or just do walk a lot. So I started taking like 30 minutes walk in the morning because maybe I couldn't work out or I was running late, so the only thing I could do was a 30-minute workout to work. So I'd take I use public means to go to work, so I'd take a bus, and then I would alight like 2 kilometers from my office, and I'll just walk there. Pole, just no stress. So that's what I did. I increased my walkings. I started coming even further. Like I'd go from, say, West to town and just walk, because it felt good for me. So yeah, I would advise you to increase your walking. If you don't have time in the morning, you can walk after work. Just add a few steps here and there. Trust me, it will make a big difference. And it also lowers your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And when you have too much stress hormone in your body shuts down fat burning, and you accumulate a lot of fat, especially in the midsection area. So that is something that you need to look at. Apart from working out, I started becoming more active. I started doing more chores. I'd have someone to come clean my house and organize for me, but now I would do half of the cleaning or half of the organization, and should come do the rest. Or instead of coming twice a week, now she's coming once a week. So in the middle of the week, I'm doing all the cleaning on my own. So that just makes me more active. Apart from that, I started taking the stairs at work. It was so painful. Like immediately after you're done taking the stairs, like my office is on 7th floor, so once I'm done taking 7 flights of stairs, my body is in so much pain, but it got used to it. But now, speaking of which, I need to go back to taking my stairs because I use the lift too much. So yeah, so we're going to point number 3. I started managing my stress much better. As I've just mentioned, stress hormone, the cortisol. If you're always stressed up, if you're always exerting your body, your soul under so much pressure, you produce a lot of cortisol, and that stops fat burning, and you usually accumulate a lot of fat around your belly area, which is also one of my biggest problem. It's something that I'm working on. So yeah, I started doing more yoga. I started just on YouTube. You guys, YouTube has everything. Just go to YouTube, Google yoga stretches for evening or bedtime, or yoga stretches for morning. Just do that. And it also helps because some of the exercises I do, I'd still be very sore the next day. So starting my workout with a stretch or a yoga stretch would help me so much. Like it would ease the pressure and the pain I would feel in my muscles, in my body, to just make me feel more alive. And if I've slept in a very bad position, I was able to stress I was able to stretch it out, so I wouldn't feel so pain. Like I wouldn't feel like I was in so much pain. The other thing about managing my stress, I started watching less TV. I started embracing really quiet evenings and quiet mornings. Reduce the time on my phone, because we do consume a lot of content. We consume the good, the bad, the scary, the funny. Everything is just coming at us right now, especially what we're going through right now. There's so much content out there that sometimes it can just stress you out, and you'd wonder, why am I so stressed out? Why am I, so just work on reducing the amount of content you consume. That will help you at least not be too stressed out. I don't know if that makes any sense. The fourth thing I did was I started taking more water. I was always a water person, to be honest, but now I started counting, or just putting targets. Say I want to do 4 liters every day or 3 liters every day, and then there were some days which was so cold, and I'd feel so lazy to take cold water, but I'd push and I do a lot of water. So water helps with your cravings, water helps with your digestion, water helps with your skin. So, and if you want, I would advise anyone who has appetite issues, especially me, in the morning. Like the morning I'm usually the hungriest, and this is the time where I feel like I eat a lot of unhealthy food because I wake up more hungry. And like in the evenings, I I barely eat supper unless I haven't eaten lunch. So how I manage that is by taking a glass of water with a shot of apple cider vinegar. And I recently started adding cinnamon powder, and I think I want to go look for cayenne. Just add a few things, just drink, especially the SCV. It will keep your cravings on the low. The only thing I'd advise is just get a straw, don't drink. You might damage your teeth over time, and yeah, we don't want that. The last thing is just making healthy substitutes. I noticed some things are labeled as healthy, but in real sense they're not. So say and I'm not going out for any brand or any what, no, I'm just saying there's some things which we just have to be realistic. They are termed as healthy, but they're not. Things like Milo, I stopped taking Milo. I stopped taking protein bars. I stopped taking, not the homemade like store-bought granola. I stopped taking those things. I stopped taking a lot of wheat. Wheat is something that I really struggle with, so I started looking for substitute for how to make cakes or desserts or whatever without wheat. So I started making healthier substitutes. And but these things, as you realize, is as much as you're working towards being healthy, you will notice you're slowly stopping to buy food outside, in restaurants, in supermarkets, and you're making almost everything on your own. This is something you will come to realize. Yeah, whether you like it or not, you will realize you're going to make a lot of things by yourself, because that is the only way you can guarantee how healthy whatever you're consuming is. So I started making more banana breads instead of adding a lot of sugar, because I really loved cake. I started doing banana cakes, but instead of adding any sugar, I do just very ripe bananas, no sugar at all. And then I would substitute the wheat with oats or flax seeds. I'll just substitute, or peanuts, so I'll make it like completely flourless. Those are some of the substitutes I used to do. What else? For someone who's struggling with sugar, I would suggest maybe you can switch to natural sugars, which I wouldn't say they're exactly like 100% healthy. They're still sugar. Sugar is still sugar. So yeah, just look for healthier substitutes and don't depend on snacks, store-bought snacks. No, you can substitute your snacks for fruits like an apple. You can substitute your really thick milkshake to healthy smoothie. Use yogurt as a substitute instead of taking like those loaded milkshakes that you can buy. So that one is a healthier, by using fresh fruits and just yogurt. That's much better than nothing. Okay, that's better than that milkshake. So yeah, so some tips I'm gonna give you. Oh my god, 17 minutes. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna wrap this up in 2 minutes. So some healthy tips I would give you is, I've already talked about it at the start. So find a way to strike a balance. Find something that works for you, something that you can be consistent with. For my example is, I can only work out 4 days a week. I can only work out for 30 minutes. I cannot cut out some food, as in I just have to be honest with myself. I will still eat crap food. I will still eat burgers. I will still eat fries. I will still eat all that. And even when I started, I never stopped. I just said, okay, I'm gonna do 6 days and 1 day for me to enjoy. But now that was to help me like get disciplined. Yeah, but once you do this for a long time, you'll find your body already craves even healthier foods. You'll just notice, you will just be, you know, pulled on the side of the veggies, pulled on the side of the fruits. You won't even need the chocolates, the biscuits. That will be just a by the way, you know, when you're having your moment. Another tip I would advise is start slow. Don't do everything all at once. Just start with 2 or 3 things. You can start with water, eating more vegetables and fruits, and then slowly add your walking, and then slowly start working out, and then slowly maybe cut out some products. Okay, what I'm trying to do right now, I don't know if I'll be very successful, is have plant-based meals over the week, and then weekends I can enjoy my cuts of meats, but mostly it will be chicken. So yeah, I'm doing this slowly. I'm not saying I'm gonna go vegan. I'm just saying I'm just trying out. So I'm gonna go slowly. I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. Yeah, so that's also another tip. Another tip I can give you is, if you can't get a partner, someone who can motivate you, someone who's going through the same thing that you're going through, who wants to lose weight the same way you do, and you can be able to share the experiences, the struggles, the highs, the lows, and this person will keep you motivated. Sometimes our family members or friends don't really understand, so they cannot be 100% there for you, unlike somebody who really understands what you're going through, and is there because he or she also wants to lose weight. And so being there for each other really, really, really helps. So I think I've shared everything that I've done. As I said, again, I'm not yet done. I have some problem areas that I want to work on. Of course, I'm being positive and I'm treating my body with a lot of care and love. And yeah, so this is just my lifestyle. I enjoy what I'm doing. Of course, if you want me to share exactly what I eat and all, just make sure you leave a comment down below. Ask any questions. I'll be very willing to do a part 2 because there are so many questions, of course. So yeah, I think I'll see you in the next video. Bye.